What it do, brothers?
It was
Yo,
good.
yo.
We live, baby.
We're in the building.
We in the building.
Man, Bars and Buckets, man, officially back on your airways. We late, and it's all my fault. Hey, man, Joe, it's all my fault. I told old girl to wake me up. God damn it, I woke up. Everything was gone, so we had to start the show a little later, okay? But welcome back to the dopest show, man. We got so much to talk about, man. If you're first time checking out the show, man, be sure you go follow us, man, on all social media platforms. Bars and Buckets is back in the building. We got a lot to talk about, man. But first of all, fellas, AD Corn, what's up, man? Y'all straight?
Man, as straight as I'm gonna be, brother. You know, it's definitely a long day. I was just telling bro in the green room, man. I did one of your moves, man. I came home and crashed, man. I had a stupid migraine, man. So I had to lay down for a little bit just so I can, be ready, man.
Yeah.
We got to, when we on live, man, we got to bring it. So
Yeah.
Had to get myself together. But other than that, man, I'm good, man. Good to see y'all brothers this week, bro.
Oh, yeah, man. Another day in the land, man. Corn, what's the word, boy?
I'm good, man. Just got a phone call. Baby boy not feeling too good, so you know what I'm saying. That happened as we started the countdown. So yeah. But other than that, man, I'm good.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of it, man. There's always something going on in the world. We try to find ways to move forward, man. But if you're first time checking out the show, man, please go follow us, man. Go follow our page on Instagram, man. Bars and Buckets on Instagram, man. Please, one more time, AD, tell them where they can find us on YouTube, on Instagram, all that stuff, so they can go share and like our stuff.
Man, YouTube is real simple, Bars and Buckets. You search that, click the subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow. You get all the updates and the links of when we go live. You can also go back and catch the shows whenever you want to. Instagram, same thing. Bars and Buckets. Facebook, Bars and Buckets. We also have a private group on Facebook, Bars and Buckets Podcast Crew. You can click on that and join in on that as well. About 2 weeks ago, we got accepted to iHeartRadio. So
Nice.
we're on iHeartRadio now. So we're streaming on there. Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Anchor. I mean, we just at this point, man, we hitting every avenue that we can hit, man. So definitely look out for your brothers. Definitely share our lives when we go live. Those that are in our groups, share those groups out with your friends so they can share it with their friends. Y'all know how that go. And let's get this thing rolling, man. You know, we here, so rock with us and keep rocking with us.
For sure. So what we do, man, we start the show off, man. We give everybody a little chance to, a little time to come in, man. We talk about our week. We give a little updates or whatever. But we, first of all, talk about what we going to take shots of, man. We take our free throws up. So what y'all got in y'all cups, brothers?
Man, I got a little J-Mo this week, man.
Jamie.
Yeah, I'm a little J-Mo this week. Been a little light this week, but it's all right.
Okay. Cool. What you got over there, boy?
Little Tito's.
Tito's.
Well, it's the rest of this Tito's I've been sipping on.
All right. I got some Don Julio tequila. As somebody call it tequila. So I'm gonna try to pace myself, all right? Because I'm not trying to do no dumb stuff after the show. So
yeah, there you
go. Before we get started with our topics and everything, let's take our free throws in the air.
Yes, sir.
Toast to a good show.
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Woo. Here we go.
All right, so let's go and get into it, man. this is an interesting time for sports around the nation. NBA free agency. It's a lot of trades. There's a lot of movement, player movement, opt-outs, opt-ins, trades. A lot of different things happening in the NBA. Once again, shout out to the NBA champion Golden State Warriors, who won the championship over the Boston Celtics in 6 games. Steph Curry is the finals MVP. Really, really good series. So that started the acceleration of the offseason, right? We had the NBA draft, which was last week. Shout out to all the participants that was in the green room. The number 1 pick for the Orlando Magic was Pablo. I do not know how to pronounce his last name.
Banchero.
There you go.
Yeah, Paolo
Banchero.
I would give him. Who would be y'all player comp? Who would be y'all player comp for dude? I'm curious about his game. Like I seen some, I followed him in Duke, but
yeah,
like who will be your comp for him in the pros?
I'll go Tracy McGrady.
You go Tracy.
T-Mac?
I could see that. In terms of just his style of play, I could see that comparison. Not saying he gonna be a Tracy McGrady.
Right. No, not saying that at all.
Yeah, but I could definitely see that. Yeah. That's actually pretty spot on. A real long wing / post player. Needs to work on his 3-point shooting. He's not real consistent from behind the arc. He kind of he has a little bit of Tatum to him.
Okay.
He has a little bit of Tatum to him in terms of he's able to kind of get to his own spots. He's able to pretty much get any shot off he wants to, but he needs to work on his consistency again beyond the arc. Probably needs to get a little more quicker off his first step. But he definitely has a game that could be, pretty impactful based on how the league is at this time. So I would, to Corn's suggestion too, like that'll match his way too. So that's pretty good.
Okay.
I just looked up something on this NBADraftRoom.com. That's crazy. I just typed in his comparisons. I want to see what the professionals, they got him as a bigger David West. They compared him to Carlos Boozer and Chris Webber and Blake Griffin. I'm like,
I could see Chris Webb. Now that they say that, I could see Chris Webb. Who was the first one you said? A bigger who?
David West.
David West.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't see. I don't really see any of them. I mean, I see T-Mac because Paolo can handle the ball a little bit. I mean, Webber was a decent ball handler, but he wasn't. You wasn't gonna just take the ball from him, and he wasn't necessarily gonna go around you neither.
Right.
Anytime Webber got jammed up, he was gonna make a slick pass or shoot the ball right over the top of you.
I think it was interesting to go that route for the number 1 pick for the Orlando Magic. In the top 3, rounded out with Chet Holmgren, I think that's his name, for the OKC Thunder. Tall kid out of Gonzaga, really, really thin. I guess they're betting on upside with him. He has a lot of different tools that he can do. I guess that's the way that the league is trending now. Tall, big,
wingspans,
players that can do a lot of things. So I mean, OKC has a lot of talent over there that's young, so maybe they're trying to build with that. And then the number 3 pick rounded out with Jabari Smith. Really, really good wing that a lot of people had going number 1. So Houston is putting together a lot of talent over there. So before we go into free agency, I just want to ask you guys who won draft night in the NBA.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit actually, surprisingly, picked Jaden Ivey, who is a
Yep.
very, very, very underrated guard. And he actually traded back into the first round, picked up Jalen Durant, the big center out of Memphis. I think Detroit I think they have a good nucleus for a team to compete in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But we know the East is getting stacked. The Eastern Conference is turning into another juggernaut. So that's something to keep an eye out on. I mean, there's a lot of Eastern teams that's jockeying for position. So I would say Detroit won. I like what Houston did. I like what a couple other teams did. But we all know that the draft sets up for the next week, which is this week, which is NBA free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Man, which starts tomorrow officially at 6:00 p.m. But y'all tell me about some of these moves, man. What y'all thinking?
Man, so I was shocked by the DeJounte Murray for Gallinari trade to the Hawks from the Spurs. And I think, behind the scenes, what me and bro talked about was, I think the most shocking thing was the 3 first-round picks that they put inside of that trade piece. And I'm a DeJounte Murray fan. Like, I think that he has a really good skill set. And I think that he could pretty much, his game can pretty much translate wherever he goes, based on the fact that he's a taller guard, pretty athletic, wingspan, and really his game is really more tailored towards the defensive end and athleticism than anything else, and being a playmaker. So that pretty much helps out any situation. But I was surprised, man. I didn't see that one coming. I know the Spurs right now are stockpiling picks. I mean, they have like first rounders and second rounders galore right now. So they're definitely setting themselves up to do some things, I mean, in the future. So they're pretty much telling the story right now of the direction of the franchise and what they're trying to do. And they got some young pieces over there that are pretty good as well. With can't think of this kid's name. Johnson, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, some other cats, man. So they got some young pieces, man. So I think that they are pretty much turning the table and saying, we're just going to build this thing again with our younger guys and draft picks and see what comes out of it. So I think so far that's probably the most shocking one that has come across for me was that trade. I don't know if you're talking, Corn. You're on mute.
No, I wasn't saying that.
Okay. Yeah. So that one, and then and then I would say after that trade, of course, we go into the Bradley Beal conversation, right? Because we talked about this in our group in terms of him declining that option. Initially, he was declining it, but it was said that he was declining in order to re-sign with the Wizards for a 5-year deal, right? Which, for me, where he goes with this is going to tell me where he is right now in terms as a player, right? So where he goes with this signing is he going to say, is this, for me, is the money more important, or is me competing for a championship more important? So whatever team he decides and the direction he goes, that's going to let you know where his mindset is. Because clearly, I mean, his player option right now is like what, 30, 37, 38 mil?
Yeah, somewhere in that area.
Right. So his player option right now is still fairly good. Like, it's a really good amount of money. So, it's going to be interesting to see, man. Like, I think he needs to put himself in a position to compete. And, And again, I'm not of the, if you don't, you perform, you do well. If you don't get a championship, then you're not considered a great player or a good player. But I am of the mindset that you still need to put yourself in a position to compete. Like, even if you don't win, at least put yourself in a position to at least try to get there to win. And for me, if he goes back to the Wizards, it's not about winning. It's about money.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that. You fading in and out.
Fading in and out, bro.
Yeah, yeah, with the Bradley Beal thing, I was having a conversation earlier, trying to see, like, all right, if he left the Wizards, where would Bradley Beal fit? And I know we kind of talked about it in the group briefly too.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to my old man about it. I was talking to one of my cousins about it too. And it's crazy. It's like, where would he fit? But then, like, in the group chat, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and Mark was like, Denver. I could really see him going out to Denver, especially if Jamal Murray ain't 100% healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only place I could see him fitting, unless he going to a rebuilding team that feel that they can figure something out, like a Sacramento, one of those rebuilding teams that's on the verge, like, of we 1 or 2 players away, from actually being a name out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, really wrecking. The only team I could think of was Denver. I'm like, I could really Miami. I don't know. Everybody want to go to Miami. Everybody. I mean, him, Jimmy Butler, and Tyler Hero. There's just like too many people that kind of do the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoot everybody. I mean, I guess the whole NBA shoot threes now, so I guess it don't matter.
Right.
So I guess it don't matter, but
right.
I don't know. That Miami, I don't know. I don't see that working. I mean, it possibly could. I just don't see where it works. I don't see him and Jimmy Butler getting along.
That's an interesting take to that too. A lot of the teams that are kind of right there really don't have the money.
Right.
A lot of the teams that are right there, like, oh, we just a piece or two away, they don't really have the money for like max deals like that. So he would have, it would have to be a team that, even if he picked a team that's, kind of in the rebuilding stage, but further along, right? Like,
right,
in a good position to do some things. That would definitely have to be a conversation of, what are the next few years looking like? What is the plan behind the scenes to make us competitive? Detroit is a standout for me. With a team that has some young dogs. They just got Jeremy Grant went to Portland, right?
Portland. Yeah, he just went to Portland.
Jeremy Grant went to Portland.
Man, they got a nice backcourt.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're gonna start Jaden Ivey with Cade Cunningham. I'm sure they're gonna start. So it's like you just bring Bradley Beal to play the 3 and kind of lead them young guys, but in certain instances, that might stunt one of their growth.
Yeah, it could.
That might stunt one of their growth, because Detroit gonna get bust, so you might as well let them shorties get confident in their scoring ability. They gonna get bust either way.
Yeah.
So you might want them guys to just get used to competing against NBA talent. I mean, Detroit, it could work it could work, but I don't know. I mean, when you putting pressure on them two young guys like that to like lead, you know what I'm saying, the franchise into the future,
Yeah.
like adding somebody that gonna require the ball all the time, gonna be needing his shots, might stunt their growth a little bit.
Yeah, I could definitely see that side of it. Um, yeah, but it's just not too many teams, bro. Like
Right.
the Rockets got a lot of young talent, but they got way too many guards.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Super guard heavy.
yeah, way too many guards. Um,
I mean, I just
yeah,
I don't see it.
so that's probably and we look we joked about this too. And said that's probably the reason why he like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and resign
Right.
for this 5 years
Right.
because it's like ain't really know where I'm going. That can quote unquote put me in a better position. So
Right.
might as well get paid.
Right. Yeah. If you put him on
Yeah,
a bad team, it's definitely
yeah,
gonna be Washington all over again. And it's like if the good teams can't really afford him, he might as well just stay where he at. I mean, if he
yeah.
need to change the scenery, he just gotta accept he gonna get busted in whatever new
Right,
city he in.
right.
I mean, I would rather go to a team like the Kings
Yeah,
if I was him than
yeah,
stay in Washington. At least
yeah.
it's somebody in there that can put the ball in the rim other than me. You know what I'm
True,
saying?
true.
And attempt to play basketball, but you know what I'm saying? Man, you got Mike Brown coaching over there. Like
Hmm.
it's been a change. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens because he's definitely gonna be signed by Friday.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
A blockbuster trade, they don't even have trade pieces. Like,
We done giving up Kuzma.
yeah, like Kuzma,
Say
some,
Kuzma, who that's all they got left really in terms
yeah,
of
yeah. Let's see. Let me look up they.
Daniel Gafford. Um,
That's the buddy we got rid of.
yeah. Um, I'm trying to think about their roster at this point.
Raul Neto, Porzingis,
Uh,
um, Hishima Yura. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing buddy name right. Then they got rid of
Ashmore.
then they got rid of KCP and Ish Smith.
Yeah.
So it was like,
So they go those trade pieces.
yeah. So it was like, don't nobody want Porzingis. He just got there. Only thing you could probably package up is I don't know, man. Like, they look bad as a unit. I'm looking at the
Look,
roster and that's
you like, damn, this is really not a team that.
yeah, like
Yeah.
there's nothing I would if I was a GM looking at their roster, looking at all right, you're gonna either give me Cal Kuzma or Hisham Euro or whatever, and that's it. I need one of them two and some depending on the money. I ain't no GM. I don't know how it worked
Yeah.
on the money, but if it's you know what I'm saying, mm-hmm.
Do the Knicks have enough to get Brunson and Bill?
I don't know.
Yo, can y'all hear me, man?
Yeah, you good now, man.
Hey, man, you know I'm Mr. No 5, man. My Wi-Fi, Joe, I swear to God, I feel like I got my Wi-Fi from Family Dollar or something, Joe. I don't know what's going on.
He's a blockbuster trade to get him out of there. Yeah.
All right, man. Just catch me up on what we talking about.
Man, so we talking about Brad Beal, man. And, we still just trying to figure out. Now we just kind of posing some scenarios in terms of where he could potentially fall if he doesn't if he doesn't stay in Washington. But we're looking at some of these teams, man, and we like, shit, he is just going to be Washington in another city. This is what Cuzzo said, what Blake said. So, but I just thought about the Knicks clearing up cap space too, even though I know they're trying to offer Brunson the max deal, which I think is desperation at its finest. I like Jalen Brunson, but that's not going to be your guy that's going to take you over the hump. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wonder if they had enough to do both.
From what I'm looking at, I know I read it wrong in the group chat before, but what I'm looking at is saying that they don't have the current cap space. They're already $2 million into the luxury. They have $32 million of luxury tax space left.
Mm.
So, I mean, I don't think they're gonna have the money. I don't think they're gonna have the money because they just picked up Nerlens Noel, who make $9 million, and all the other guys that's like $9-10 million that they just picked up. Alec Burke, all them 10 million guys. Them guys make $10 million a year. So it was like, I don't know how that's good. So it don't look like it's gonna work. And Bradley Beal, even if it was like, all right, we got 32 million, he just gave up 37, 38.
Right.
So he like, nah, bro, I need my money. At least give me, you know what I'm saying, or at least 35. Y'all can't even do that. So I don't know, man. Okay, Bradley Beal, I'm all for him getting his money. But this might be the point where he might have to take a pay cut to get some help out there in Washington. He may have to.
Who is going to want to go to Washington? That's a free agent that can help Bradley Beal take them over the top. In the Eastern Conference, mind you, that's gotten 10 times better just in the last week. I mean, I feel like if Bradley, and you guys are right, it comes down to, do we want to win chips or do we want to make chips? And I can't be mad at him either way, man. I mean, what's the difference between if he signed, this is like 50 million, 60 million if he signed with a different team? Is that the difference?
Just about closer to probably about 35.
Okay.
So if he go with the Wizards, then he gets a 5-year contract, 5-year max. If he goes with another team, he gets a 4-year max.
So the difference is a year and about 40 million.
40 million. 30, 40 million, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're thinking like, man, I'm trying to get to the bag like everybody else. Like I'm all for every player in the NBA getting their money. I'm for it. But some guys, they ain't walking away from that bread, bro. Some people I've been broke before. I ain't never going back.
Broke again.
I ain't never going back.
All right.
So, and I think some of the guys just at the point like winning don't mean all that to them.
Okay.
Some guys may not necessarily care about, because when they got in it, probably at high school, they cared about winning. I'm saying when they got to college and start realizing that they gonna go to the NBA, it became about money. Like, I can go buy my mama a house. You know what I'm saying? Most of them, you listen to the draft day interviews. Ain't nobody talking about winning no NBA championship.
Right.
Everybody talking about get their mama out the hood, buy my mama a house. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Nobody talking about winning no championship, man. So at that point, it's about money.
Yeah.
The NBA a business. You know what I'm saying? And every class realize that it's more of a business now than 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. They all realize that. That's why you're seeing the players starting to move around and get their money. You know what I'm saying? Them days of like people sitting on the team 10, 15 years, you're not going to see that from these guys that's drafted in the last 5. You ain't going to see that too often.
Yeah.
You might get 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But to get 53 of them to sit still, nah. Nah. 60 of them, was it 69? Yeah.
Right.
Sit still? No.
Yeah, ain't going to happen.
Out of a draft class, you probably get 5 to sit still.
Yep.
With 40 of them going home.
Easy.
40 of them going home.
Easy.
So, can we do this real quick? Once again, welcome to the show, guys. Can we rank, as constructed right now, can we rank the Eastern Conference teams, at least the top 8? And because I'm curious now, who is in the top 4 or 5, but I'm really trying to round out the top 8 in the Eastern Conference. So who do y'all got?
Well, I mean, you gotta
as constructed right now.
as constructed right now. You gotta have Boston.
Boston number
one.
one.
Healthy. You got to put the Bucks.
2.
Healthy, and everybody plays. You put the Nets.
Man, I forgot about
that.
Right, healthy and everybody plays. You put the Nets. You put the Bulls. They are in the top 4. They are in that. They are in that top. In the top part.
Yes, after that, Miami.
Yeah, Miami. They still got their team. Still got their team that's constructed. Philly still got their team that's constructed. So that's 6 right there, right? That's 6 teams. Who are we missing? Boston, Miami, Philly.
You know what scares me about the Bulls? The Bulls are a great team in the East. You know I'm a Bulls fan. So you look at it like Boston got better. That experience helped them tremendously. They're going to be a top 1 or 2 team in the East. So you got Boston. Miami, they're going to be another. They was the defense number 1 seed. They're going to get the team's going to stay together for the most part. They're going to be a top 3 or 4 team. So you got Boston, Miami. You got to put Brooklyn in there. That's 3. I will say Milwaukee. So that's 4. Right? That's 4 teams. When you mention the Bulls yet. I feel like the Sixers are going to be still constructed pretty good. So that's 5. A scary sleeper team to me, man, Toronto. Toronto is another sneaky, young, scrappy team that can fight for that 5 to 7 range. So that's them. Then we got Atlanta. They putting together pieces, you know what I'm saying? So these teams that sneaky good, what scares me with the Bulls, that's why I say the Bulls, they have a good squad. But if you want to get into that, if you want to crack that top 4 and be in there with the Boston, the Miami, and the Milwaukee, and the Brooklyn, you might need to make a move that say, okay, we ready. That's why I thought when that Gobert rumor was going on, the Bulls trying to be ready. Or, you know what I'm saying, like, moves that's going to make you like, we're going to put ourselves in these upper echelon at the top 4 in the East.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing with the moves is that from a salary standpoint, again, you just got to be comfortable. A team has to be comfortable going into this luxury tax. Like the Bulls have to be comfortable going into the luxury tax, saying to themselves, we are putting a team together that we are pretty confident that can compete. So we don't mind paying into the luxury, right? And I think that's where the issue becomes with them is that cap space and making those moves. So they would really legitly have to trade to make it a big move. They're not going to do the big move from a free agency standpoint. They would have to do it by trade because they just don't have the space in the cap room. But they have a solid core, right? They have a solid core that they can work around. They just need some pieces. And that's where the caveat comes in, is those pieces. So I don't even know. Like, I know Aiden is out there now because I don't know what Phoenix is going to do with him because they have not even. I don't even think they offered him a qualifying offer. So I know he's out there and available, but I don't know, man. Like, we need floor spacers.
Yeah.
And, we need floor spacers and guys that can kind of commit to the defensive side.
Yeah. I liked what I heard about the Josh Harrison dude.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a solid, you know what I'm saying, pickup floor spacer. I don't know, man. The Bulls definitely need to get active. They got to get active. Like I was telling you before, I'm going to repeat it just so everybody else can hear it. It's like the Chicago Bulls fans have more chatter during this time than the front office.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the front office, like I said, my exact joke was, it's like they go on vacation during free agency. It's like the front office closed, they on vacation for the 4th already. Then they come back and they trying to fill in the roster like every year with bench players. It's like we ain't had a bench since the bench mob.
Right.
Saying that's 10 years ago. I'm saying we ain't had and when we had a bench, Bulls was competing every year. Well, they only had the bench mob 2 years before they let them break up and disappear. But they competed at a high level, and the Bulls was actually feared. Like, they feared now, but they, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all know Derek didn't get hurt. It was looking real NBA finalish in Chicago, and not just because I'm from Chicago. It was looking that way for real. You know what I'm saying? So the Bulls really need to do something. Do something. Get a new big man or something. Like, do something. Zach and Debo, they gonna be tired, man. They're gonna be tired. They're gonna be burnt
like
out.
This year. Yeah.
Tired and burnt out because you trying to get them to score 40 every night.
Right.
I just pray Alonzo Ball can come back and help.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll help, move the ball, because we talked about them not having ball movement and all that. Ayo getting another year to, develop and come into his own, because he a dog.
Yeah.
We'll get a chance to see what Mr. Terry got for us.
Mm-hmm.
With the 18th pick, we get a chance to see what he got going on. But Bulls need to do something, because going back with the same team and a questionable Alonzo Ball,
Yeah.
it ain't looking good. We don't know what's going on with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't got an update on him since they said he may require a second surgery. And that was back in late March, early April.
Yeah.
So it's like, ain't much to go on right now.
Yeah, that's true. So I know they mentioned Luke Kennard as a possible pickup too. For the Bulls. What was that kid that we was talking about that they signed to that two-way? Oh, Justin Lewis, the two-way player. I think he got a good chance of making the roster at this point.
Yeah. Right now he got a really good chance of making the roster. Yeah. And I don't know. They're gonna have to really look at this summer league. If they can't afford a bunch of, players, they're gonna have to look at that summer league real hard. You know what I'm saying? A person like Sharif O'Neal come out and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys that didn't get picked, but working out in the summer league or going to the G League.
Yeah.
Hit them up, because with it was a lot of G League Ignite players getting picked during this draft. So they might have to, with that particular team, have some type of development going on. and they may
Mhm.
need to tap in with with them over there to see if they can grab some stuff.
Yeah, we talked about that, man. That as a organization, the Bulls got to step their game up on the developmental end. Um, so
Mhm.
the G League team and all that stuff, they gotta get some talent in place and develop them and be able to pull from it. Pull
Right,
from that pool.
right.
Um, shit, Golden State is just.
I mean,
I mean,
low key shit, and me and you talked about it, but and we didn't mention it when we said who won the draft. Um, we said Detroit, but Golden State they drafted really well.
mhm,
They drafted really well, and with I'm saying, like 5 years from now, with Jordan Poole leading that team, if he stick around, they're gonna be nice. James Wiseman's still there, and all the picks and players they got. I had told my old man, I was like, Draymond's still gonna be around. He's gonna be like the Udonis Haslam of that squad. He's still gonna be
right,
around,
right,
but I can see them still being effective in the Western Conference. They may not be winning, but they're not gonna have that fall off like when stars leave or retire and all that. They're not gonna be like lottery team, or, you know what I'm saying? They already kind of went through that phase and grabbed their players and kept it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like they was able to get Wiseman and all the other guys and all that to
mhm,
stay on point. So,
yeah. and that's technically what a organization is supposed to do, man. When you have a pedigree, right?
right.
That's why the Spurs were who they were for so long. And not saying that they like off the heel or anything, but because they still are finding guys that we be like,
Right.
who is this, right?
Right.
But that's what makes it a competitive organization, man. Is being able to one the team that's current, making sure that they can compete, but then also thinking about the future and what that looks like and building from within. So,
Right. Uh,
um,
yeah. So real quick, everybody that's watching, Reggie's having technical issues. He said he's gonna stick with us live in the chat, so he will be coming and following our conversation and posing questions and things as well.
yeah, Mr. No-Fi dropped off tonight, but it's all right. Long as bro still with us, we good. Man,
Right.
so let's switch gears though, man. So we still sticking with free agency, man. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving. Um, I get stuck on what to say about this brother, man, because we know the type of talent he is when he's on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no question about it. If he's playing, he's on the floor, he's healthy. Like the dude is all world, right? Um, but I'm intrigued because I I think there's a lot of kind of back and forth power move right now between Irving and the Nets organization. And they were pretty much steadfast, like, man, listen, do what you got to do, bro. Like, you leave and you leave. If you go come back, come back.
They said, and take your homeboy with you.
Right, and take your homeboy with you. Like, both of y'all can go. We'll figure it out from here, right? But I say that to say that if all of what I'm reading is true and kind of what I'm gathering from it, they took too long to take a stand in terms of from an organizational standpoint. They took too long to say, listen, man, like, we want you here, but we want you here at a different level. Like, we gonna pay you. Like, you gotta, we trying to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but you brought your boy here. You actually, you got your boy to come over here too. Like, come on, man, don't leave us like that.
Right.
But I thought it was interesting, man, because he was like, yeah, I'm gonna decline the option and I'll go to the Lakers and I'm gonna try to find a suitor and sign and trade. And then it's like, nah, I'm gonna come back and be committed to
right to the team and
be
KD.
committed to the team, the game. I don't think it's over though, bro.
I don't think it is either. Quick update. Oh, he said he's back. All right,
back.
cool. But right before he just said he was back, he said that he just saw that the Bulls want Blake Griffin and DeAndre Ayton may be going to the T-Wolves.
DeAndre to the T-Wolves?
That's what he put. That's what Reggie said in the Facebook live chat that he put there.
Oh,
and
okay.
Now he just put it here
on the YouTube one.
Yeah. So
that's wild, man. I don't even know about. So you got Karl Anthony Towns and Ayton playing together?
I mean, I guess you can because Karl Anthony Towns ain't really banging. He's shooting threes, and according to him, he's the greatest shooting big man ever. So I guess he feel like he about to, you know what I'm saying? He's about to get stretched forward.
Does he become the power forward now? And Ayton with the 5?
I guess so. And then defensively, now you got Twin Towers. You got, you know what I'm saying?
Sign and trade for
D'Lo. Why would they give up
D'Lo?
Yeah, like that don't make sense. Because who gonna bring the ball up? And D'Lo, like we said before, he's a solid guard. He's a solid guard. He got a shot. He can move the ball. He ain't gonna really do too much to you. I just went and talked to him, after the game when y'all roommates in the hotel room. I wouldn't say too much to him, but other than that, he ain't gonna ruin the team. He ain't gonna mess up the game. He don't make too many mistakes. He a solid guard. I don't know who they gonna get to come in and fill that spot, but at some point you're gonna have to pay DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
You gotta pay Big Cat. You gotta pay all these people. Then Anthony Edwards gonna be looking for his check real soon too. So
you already know. That's
interesting.
Very
interesting.
Especially a sign and trade. So you give up your center for a guard.
Right, which unheard of. 2K don't even allow that.
It's like
2K be like, you sure?
Right. You sure you want to make this trade? You sure this is the trade that you want to do?
Yeah, man. So I don't know. I think right now a lot of teams are just in scramble mode, trying to get as many good pieces to compete because they're seeing that you need at least 4 guys on your team that can score and kind of do everything to kind of win an NBA championship. So I think people just getting antsy, man. And the Timberwolves, they definitely need to get back active.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They need to get back active. They've never been past the Western Conference Finals. So said Ayton is a restricted free agent, so it would have to be a sign and trade for whatever team he goes to. Yeah. Yeah, man. Well,
it's just screaming. It's screaming desperation around the league right now.
It is because you got people that still trying to knock off the Warriors, and you got people that's like, all right, we can't let the Lakers get back good, or I mean, not back good, but where they, at the top of the West.
Right.
It's like everybody like, we can't let Boston do this and Miami do this, and we gotta, you know what I'm saying? I think front offices should be swift with the right decisions and like getting active. They should be swift in their activity and reaching out and calling and seeing what's what and hitting other GMs. But just like, we got 50 million, give him 15, give him 20, give him another, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna work in that capacity. So we'll see, man. We'll definitely see.
Yeah, this will be when does Durant have a player option next year?
Let me see. Let's look at that real quick. Should have just switched tabs on my computer and did it.
Because I'm wondering if he does. That makes this year even more intriguing.
No, he locked in until 2026.
Oh, he locked in. He don't have no options. Just it's contract for him.
Yeah, looking at it, like, sheesh, I don't like the pocket watch, but yikes. Next year, 42.9 million. Yeah, after that, 46.
Damn.
2024-25 season, 49. And then 25-26, man, 53.2 million, bro. Like,
man.
And then after that, he's an unrestricted free agent.
So never mind my theory then.
God,
never mind. Look, shit. Never mind my theory on how important this year was, because clearly, unless like that would have to be a surefire blockbuster for him to demand a trade and want to be traded away.
Right.
But this year, man, like this year, I think is gonna be an extreme telltale, man. One of the guys I follow on Facebook, man, he said about 3 years ago, everybody wanted to be a net. Now don't nobody want to be a net, or
yeah,
even
before that, even
right.
Paul Pierce and them opened it up, and then that's how they got Dan Williams to go out there. Everybody was going out there getting a check when the Russian guy had the squad. Everybody ran out there and got a check.
Right.
Everybody, Jamal Crawford was out. Everybody was out there. Everybody eats, B.
Because he was giving money.
Everybody eats, B.
He was like, y'all want it? Come on, get it. Come on, get this money.
Yeah. But even with that, the Bulls and Blake Griffin being real, does that help the Bulls team right now? Blake Griffin coming off the bench in whatever capacity he's gonna be in, does that help the Bulls?
Yeah, better than Tony Bradley.
Well, let me not say it like that.
Well,
yeah, I guess.
Look, and Tristan Thompson.
I mean, right now, Tristan Thompson gonna get on the boards better than Blake Griffin.
That is true. That is true.
He gonna get on
from a rebound and defensive side.
Yeah,
that's true.
He gonna the dirty work. I mean, Blake gonna shoot the little 12 to 15 footer. That's about it.
But I think if you play, I think it could reduce the liability on that second unit.
Yeah.
If you have them, because potentially you would have to probably play both of them at the same time, depending on the flow of the game and fouls or whatever the case may be. If you get Blake, you may have to have Blake and Tristan on the damn court at the same time. But I do think in that aspect, though, I do think that he brings a benefit to the team. I mean, he's not Lob City Blake anymore, but I do think based off of what we have in terms of bench ability and who's on our bench and our squad, I'll take him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take him. Just depending on what you asking for, though, too.
Right.
How much you asking for, bro? Because this ain't that no more.
Mid-level, veteran minimum.
How much you asking for, bro? Because you ain't finna get all that up out of us, man.
I can see a couple mil above vet minimum out of respect for what he did in the league. But, man, I mean, with his injury, like his history. Yeah, Tristan is definitely, can be a liability on offense.
Yeah, we definitely said that. His strength is defense and rebounding.
Yeah, that's it. But Blake Blake is going to be the opposite. On defense, he a liability. Offense, he gonna get you at least in the Bull system that they running. He probably get you at least 8 to 10. Being realistic,
Yeah.
He not gonna be a focal point off the bench or even in that second unit that they're gonna be trying to get Io or Kobe White. Even though the Bulls need to figure that out. They need to figure that out.
Real. Like right now, figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, I don't know, man. I love this time of year, man, but it's like it has like anxiety. It's like you just want to see what's gonna happen. You want to know what's gonna happen. You want to see the end results now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like let's just get to the good stuff. Let's see where everybody, you know what I'm saying, made their investments. See where everybody made their moves. And let's get ready for basketball in the fall, man. So
yeah, just a lot of hypotheticals, man.
Yeah, because right now free agency is like, for any ladies that watch, free agency is like the male version of like a reality TV show. It's drama. There's cursing.
That's a good comparison.
It's our reality TV.
That's our reality TV. Let's see what we got. I actually think Blake has a chip on his shoulder like Debo did last year, and he could ball out for the Bulls. I wouldn't negate that.
I wish he had a chip on his shoulder in Detroit.
Right. Look, he was just trying to get out of Detroit. He's like, man, let me just act like I don't have nothing left.
But he signed to Detroit. He went to Detroit. He left LA like, I'm going to Detroit.
Yeah, that was and I think that was a money move too.
It had to be. He
wasn't thinking about nothing else but money at that point.
It had to be, because at that point he could have went anywhere. He could have went anywhere at that point.
Yeah, but I do think though that Blake is a system fit though, so at least it wouldn't be like one of them awkward signs where it's like I don't know where you play in this. And I think the thing that probably would intrigue him the most is just the opportunity to play.
Yeah.
The opportunity to play a little more will probably get him where he needs to be. And Blake been eating chips the last few. There's been a lot of bench riders eating sunflower seeds and chips the last few years. Right. That's for sure.
But I can I could also see Blake Griffin. If the Bulls, I could see him running out to LA with the Lakers. I can definitely see it, or making a Clippers return. I think making a Clippers return may be something that he probably would be open to. And he's not the focal guy. He may come off the bench. You got John Wall out. They saying he's pretty much sold to go out there. He pretty much, like, it's a done deal with him going out there. And you putting him with Kawhi and Paul George, why not? If I'm Blake, I'm like, why not go back and see what we can do?
Yeah. That wouldn't be a bad look for him.
He's, Reggie, he probably come in with Reggie Jackson. Some of the young guns they got, he familiar with Reggie Jackson, and go out there and do their thing. Nah, Amari Stoudemire was definitely better than Blake Griffin, bro.
Stop it, bro. You gotta look. I'm about to get into my Stephen A mode. Lay off the weed. Lay off the weed.
Amari Stoudemire was better than Blake Griffin, bro.
Definitely better than Blake.
Blake Griffin probably was I wouldn't even say it. He was a more athletic dunker. He was more creative in the air than Amari. But other than that, Amari can shoot the ball. He started reading double teams coming to him a lot better than Blake Griffin does even now. You know what I'm saying? He was a better passer out of the post than Blake Griffin.
Yeah. I like that. I like that Clippers take though, bro. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
I can see him going out there.
That is not bad at all.
just read the storylines. You know, the NBA loves
Right,
stories.
right.
Blake returns. You know what I'm saying?
That is not bad at all.
I can see him going back out there, man. Definitely.
And you already know Ty Lue gonna
Yeah.
do what he do.
Oh, he was traded to
He was
Detroit.
traded
Okay.
to Detroit.
Who the hell they trade him for?
Yeah, I don't even remember that trade. I remember him going there though.
Yeah. Let me
I don't
see. I'm
remember
gonna look it up. Look it up real quick.
Yeah, that's when we just be throwing around stuff around here, boy. Said nobody care about money.
Blake Griffin was traded to the Pistons for Avery Bradley, Tobias Harris, Bovan Marjanovic, a 2018 first round draft pick, and a 2019 second round draft pick. Tobias Harris was on the Clippers for a hot minute.
So
yeah, they got him right out of that too.
Right.
Because it's like, yeah. Tobias Harris been on what's the name for a minute now? Philly.
Mm-hmm.
He's been out in Philly for a minute. Hey. Damn, that nigga making $32 million. Yikes. Tobias Harris getting paid, bro.
Tobias getting paid too, huh?
Man, everybody
getting paid, man.
Man.
Board man getting paid, everybody getting paid.
Yeah, man. I ain't mad at them. Hey, salute to you brothers getting their bag.
Man. Straight up.
Yeah,
Straight up, man. Yeah, that's yeah, man. I don't know, man. What Ben Simmons gonna do, bro?
He just need to come back and hoop, bro. Ben Simmons needs to just come on, man. Just come back and hoop. Let's do it. Like, show us what you got. Because right now, this juncture of his career is put up or shut up. They need to go get him a sports psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
A sports psychologist, so he can get over his anxiety of failing, because that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fear of failure. Because they didn't put a lot of pressure on that young man. And just, you know what I'm saying? Play ball. Just get back to playing ball. Have fun. Get out there and hoop. Stop worrying about what the media gonna say and all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out there and hoop. It don't go well. Hey, it's 81 more games left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's 82, 80 games left, 79, 78.
Short-term memory.
Yeah,
man.
like, man, we'll be back. Our next game Wednesday, we'll be back Wednesday. Holler at me Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get back to having fun and stop letting the Stephen A's and the Skip Baylesses and the Shannon Sharps and all them people affect y'all so much. I mean, like, if I was a star player or something, I wouldn't even watch ESPN or something like that, or Fox. None of that during the season. I wouldn't want to hear anything someone will have to say about me, because it's gonna affect you. If it ain't good, it's gonna bother you to an extent. Like, man, people feel this way about me. People feel this way about me. People really feel it.
Right.
That's what's happening to him. You're like, man, Skip Bayless told me I couldn't shoot. So now he thinking about this shooting the ball. Like, man, forget Buddy.
Yeah.
Forget these people, man. Play ball. Play ball. Go back to that time when you was at LSU.
Yeah.
Go back to that time when you was at whatever high school you came from.
Mm-hmm.
You was down in Australia doing you. Go back to that time and just play ball. Go back to the basics. Be Ben Simmons.
Yep.
Pre-Kardashian.
Right. Preferably, right?
Pre-Kardashian.
Please.
Go hoop, man. That's it. Or pre-Jenner.
Yeah. Well, look, man, I think that you hit the nail on the head, bro. That you just gotta hoop, man. Like, but let's be clear, man. There are some cities, man, that people are just not built to hoop in.
Oh yeah.
Like if you struggling, bro, don't go there, because they're gonna eat you alive, and it ain't gonna take long at all for them to start feeling a certain way, about you. But the crazy thing is, I'm gonna see what my cousin put up here.
It's facts though.
That's true. That's
That's
true.
facts though.
That's true. That's true. That's an era thing too, man. Um, and I talk to I tell my bros offline all the time, man, that as a AAU coach and coaching high schoolers and stuff, man, like generations are different. Like I see other teams and other coaches and players and how they interact, with the kids, man. And it's almost like they're afraid to criticize because they're afraid that if I criticize, they'll just run to the next team, run to a coach that ain't gonna say nothing that's gonna be cool with it. For me, I've always said, for me, I'd rather you leave than for me to disservice you by not telling you how you can be better, or not acknowledging like you fucked up. So like, come on, sit down next to me. Let's watch the game for a few so you can see the flow, see where you messed up, right? But those are all things you do to make yourself better, man. I don't know where the softness became, where we feel like we can't criticize and say things, but it's just crazy, man. Yep. Or the parents try to be on stupid stuff, which again, good luck, because I got a lot of people, so you could try it, but good luck, right? But yeah, man, it's idiotic, man. We talk about what we say, everybody get a trophy generation.
Yes, the
The participation generation, like everybody get a trophy. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. So you're right. Like, and it shows when you become an adult, you make it to the league, and people start criticizing and talking about you. Now you all in your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, media is gonna be media, but most of the time, the things that they say, it's like, it's kind of accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's kind of accurate. Yeah,
it ain't far fetched.
Right.
Like for Kyrie, the big thing about him is like, dude, you find every reason not to play. And technically, yeah, I mean, you went to DC, and you had to take off because you couldn't believe what happened. You couldn't believe the riots. Like, I can't play for 2 weeks because this riot upset me, and I gotta, can't do it. Oh, here we go. We got some more breaking news. I see you, bro. Lakers and Bulls trying to finalize a trade for Kobe White. Okay, but who the Bulls getting back in return?
But all right, so I seen something about this earlier. They trying to get, from they could be a different player, but what I seen around 4 or 5 o'clock was Taylor Horton Tucker.
Back to the crib. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that, bro.
Man, I'm not mad at it, but I'll say this. Horton Tucker from the city, salute. I ain't mad at you, bro. None of that. Now, maybe it's because of the team he was on, but I think Kobe White is a bigger piece to what the Bulls are doing right now than what Taylor Horton Tucker will come in and do for the Bulls. So I don't think what the Bulls will get back would be of greater value to the way they're playing basketball right now. Like, I just don't see that. Like, Kobe does a lot of things really well for the Bulls. And then even at the position he playing, he's still not going to get a lot of tick. You're not going to get a lot of tick because he either put Zach there or you could put Debo there. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, he just kind of giving each one of them a breather.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's like, and if that's your role on the team, he's not going to be what Kobe would be filling in for, you know what I'm saying, the starting point guard. You know what I'm saying? He going to do his thing. I mean, even though we said we got to figure out what they're doing with Kobe, I guess this is it. But I think, you know what I'm saying, they could have probably seen, but they probably already called all the teams, and this is probably the best deal. that probably came back to him. So hey,
Mhm.
Taylor Horton Tucker, if this works out, welcome back home.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it from we talk a lot about positionless basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it from that perspective of just the flexibility of kind of how you can play him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily, from a scoring perspective, they're both streaky people, right? So Kobe can go off one night and we'd be like, what the hell? Like damn, bro, you just gonna drop a cold 30 tonight, huh? Then come back the next night, he got 7. You like, bro, what happened? Right. So they both streaky, but I think they might be leaning towards trying to make the team a little bigger in terms of wingspan and athleticism. And
I didn't even look at that. I definitely didn't. So nah. Yeah, that's definitely. So I appreciate you giving me that perspective of it because I wasn't thinking that at all. Then I hate Kobe White going out there to play with dude.
Because he gonna fall off a little bit.
Only thing he gonna do go out there and get a cool handshake.
Oh man,
a cool handshake, man. That's about it.
Hey man, make sure you come up with a handshake for us, all right? Make sure you come up with that handshake. Your playing time on the line if you don't get this handshake right.
Yeah, man. So
no, that'll be intriguing though. Like I definitely get your take, but I think that's where they're moving. Because when I think about them drafting, what's his name? Terry. And then I think about Justin Lewis. They picked him up to be a two-way player. And I'm thinking about wingspan and size and just being able to really be positionless. Because if you look at pretty much the more successful teams, their players or the guys that they use are guys that are really, really flexible and could play multiple positions. You know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of the way everything is leaning. To Reg's point before the no-fi kicked in, he did mention that the league now is really like when you're drafting kids, it's a lot of potential, the potential base, but they're also looking like at intangibles, right? So like a 6'6" guard with a 7'1" wingspan, right? So they're looking heavily at those things, and they saying to themselves like, okay, like based off of these attributes, like we could play this kid at a 1, 2, or 3,
right,
or 2, 3, or 4, depending on the lineup. So I think that's probably the direction they're going with that. And THT Nunn and a second round pick.
Oh, Kendrick Nunn, they bringing the crib. They bringing
the crib back.
They bringing the crib. Oh, okay. All right.
Now we talking.
All right.
I can rocks with that.
Oh, and I also have a little good news. The Bulls declined to make a qualifying offer to Troy Brown Jr.
Oh, thank God. Man, get that guy up out of here, man. No offense, Troy Brown. I mean, you were what you were, and you did step up sometimes, but come on, man. That excites me though, man. Like THT Nunn and a second round pick for Kobe, like that is not a bad package for a trade.
Yeah.
Based off of where we currently stand, just jumping back to Cuzzo, we talked about Kyrie. Let us take off work and we fired. That's true. Like, let me go into my superintendent's office and be like, I know I'm in Chicago. The riot that just happened in DC, it really tore me apart. And I just have to go to DC and figure out what I can do to help out. He'd be like, oh, okay. So when are you putting in your 2 weeks?
Right.
Is that
For real.
today or is that tomorrow?
For real.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, Kendrick Nunn. Then okay, now you got a small guard. It's like, what you gonna do with Kendrick Nunn?
True. So here's my take on that one. Here's my take on that one for Kendrick. Though he's a smaller guard, I would venture to say that his athleticism is better and his defense is better than Kobe.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I think those are the two things that you probably take away with him being smaller, but you know you're gonna get that from the opposite side of it.
Yeah. That's true.
And then he just got a dog mentality, so
Yeah.
he got the crib in him, so
Right.
that's just gonna
I
be.
mean, that definitely could work.
Yeah.
Now, if that works out, but that was kind of like the only trade piece in the Mo Bamba type of thing.
Yeah.
So that rules out getting some help. So that means we're going into it with Vooch.
Yeah.
Now, even though I was a fan of Vooch, of what he did in Orlando, definitely Vooch was the man out in Orlando. They need to figure out
got to get back to doing that.
How to get him at least 15 and 10 on a nightly basis.
Yeah.
15 and 10. How can we? I mean, he can go get the 10 on his own.
Right.
What spots do we need to put you in to give us 15 points a night, man?
I think we just need to get him some touches early, man. Get him some early touches on the block. Get him some early touches on the block. Get some flex cuts off of him, off the post, off of him. Then after we get him some early touches, go into the, pick and roll, side pick and roll, whatever the case may be. But I think, where he was eating at, for the most part, is him just having those touches and being comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the longer it goes where he doesn't get those touches, the less engaged he is on both ends of the court.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and that's up to, as much as I hate to say it, and he better figure it out, or he need to be fired too. But that's up to Billy, man. Like, Billy got to figure out, like, how to maximize the group that he has.
Right.
And put people in positions to really be successful, man. Because I mean, we saw it, man. We saw when Vooch was involved and got those touches, how it impacted the way he played.
Mm-hmm.
Much more engaged defensively. He's not by far not a defensive person. But when he gets those touches and feels engaged offensively, then he's much more inclined on the defensive end to be a little more active.
That's true.
So that's like any of us, bro. Like, even though, we played together for years, so we know how to play off of each other, but like playing with total strangers, like that's like any of us playing with strangers, busting our ass, running up and down the court, and we never touch it. We like, man, what the hell?
Right. Like, bro, give me the ball. And then they like, well, you ain't getting a rebound. Like, bro.
Yeah, what is this, man? This ain't it.
Grabbed the last 10.
Right.
Shit, ran down,
right.
gave the ball up, filled in the lane, and didn't get it back. So, I mean, I definitely understand.
Yeah, so, like, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's kind of similar mentality, just getting everybody engaged, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what's going to happen with Rudy Gobert, man?
Man, I think, and they just, the coach that they getting ready to hire is coming from Boston. What's his name? Will Hardy.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. And
also a Popovich protege.
Yeah, come from the Pop tree. I think he stays in Utah, and that's going to be probably one of Will's priority, like probably behind the scenes during the hiring process and the vision of what he sees for the team, and how would he, if they had to keep Gobert and Donovan Mitchell together, like how's your system gonna affect them? How does it work?
Right. Yeah.
So I think that's probably priority for him with regards to that. But I just, there were really no real like true suitors that I heard outside of the Bulls rumors for Rudy.
Right.
So I'd be shocked if anybody else is trying to pull the trigger on it or not.
And Donovan Mitchell was really locked in until the summer of 2026.
So he like KD.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So I mean, I know these guys be forcing trades with, you know what I'm saying? They sign a deal, $200 million to force a trade the next day. You know what I'm saying? But so yes, I mean he can force his way out if they keep him, but really he's locked in for the next 4 years. So
is what about what Rudy's contract look like?
Let me see. I should have pulled that up.
Nobody want that big garbage.
Rudy Gobert, he signed a 5-year, $205 million.
Man, he got paid, bro. Because I remember when he signed it, because Shaq was saying, Shaq was like, "Damn, we about to pay this brother this type of money."
Man, shout out to you, Rudy.
Man,
shout out. I was just surprised, and
Rudy getting paid. Look, you talk about board man get paid.
Right. So, that's good. All right, so it looked like Gobert's there at least to 25.
Okay. And he don't have no play option in there.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that.
Yeah.
I was trying to find the one website, Sports Track, that we have another like actual breakdown.
Yeah. So that means both of them have to be traded if they're trying to do anything.
They both there for the same amount of time. They locked both of them down at the same time. But neither one of them have like a player option or anything like that. Yeah. But sheesh, that ain't about to get $38 million this year.
Whew. Rudy got to get 38?
Yeah, this year. 38, then 41, then 43, and he's gonna finish off at 46.
Man.
Hey. That's what it is.
Must be nice, brother. Must be
nice. Yikes. And I mean, numbers wise, let's see. Man, he was defensive player of the year and all that stuff, man. Hit the league in blocks and all that. But right, I mean, this season, he was definitely a double-double, 15 points, 14 boards. So, yeah. Yep. So hey.
So I guess it ain't too far-fetched to get money. Double-double, averaging a double-double.
Averaging a double-double. I mean, you did 3-time defensive player of the year. Block champ, I guess. I mean, hey, more power to him. Let me get back to the screen so I can read these comments. What's that big garbage from? The average 10 getting posters. That's because he jump at everything, man.
Right.
And they told him he defensive player of the year 3 times. He led the league in blocks 5 years ago. And
right.
He think he gonna block everything. And what is this?
On your head, boy.
Yeah, because I can see. My man in Memphis punching him at least 3 times this year.
Morant.
He gonna get some nice posters on my man this year.
Yeah.
I can see it, man. All these bouncy guards. I can see Anthony Edwards dunking him. I mean,
you won't even give him rebounding, bro.
He averaging 14 rebounds a game, bro.
You won't give him rebounding?
I know I be hard on people, man. I be hard on people, and I'm trying to not be as hard on people.
Man.
But I mean, 15 and 14. That's that's what you want.
Yeah, ain't
That's
bad.
what you want. The Bulls could definitely use somebody down there that's gonna do. I just asked Vooch to give us at least 15 and 10. We can't even get that out of Vooch. What did Vooch do this year, man?
I thought Vooch was close to a double-double.
Let me see, man.
He's 7 feet taller, can't score. He should get a lot of rebounds. Well, I mean,
Hey, I don't know what season ESPN was watching, but I did not see Vooch average 17 and 11.
I told you.
Man, he's cooking the books. I ain't see that. I'm sorry. Hey, anybody out there that's watching, anybody see Vooch do 17 and 11, man?
I mean, he had some games though.
I mean, he had some games, but most of his success is when Io was out there.
Yep. I remember that good stretch of time. Yep.
And in the playoffs, he did all right. I mean, he had 19 a couple times. I'm looking at it now. Man, no, I need a game breakdown. What did he do per game? I'm not even trying to hate on the man or be an asshole.
I ain't believing it because this ain't what my eyes saw.
I didn't see that, bro. I really didn't, man. I swear I didn't.
My eyes did not see this.
Let's click game.
17 and 11.
Regular season. I see like April 8th. This one had 6 points, bro. 6 points and 5 boards.
Said Vooch. Vooch had a solid season. He just didn't.
Now in the month of March, Vooch went off.
Was that when Io was playing? When he stepped in?
So yeah, he went off. He averaged 19. So when they got it broke up, it's about months. I like this one. So in April they didn't have many games. He averaged 9. And in March he averaged 19. All right, Vooch. This February he averaged 21. January 18. Okay, Vooch, my bad, bro. All right, my bad, bro.
It was just a real quiet 17 and 11. But
yeah, okay, Vooch, my bad, bro.
He did what he had to do.
He averaged 13. So like he got better as time
as the year. Yeah,
my bad, Vooch. My bad.
Probably got a little more comfortable in his role. Got a little more comfortable in this role.
Yeah.
So, man, before we switch gears a little bit, the last person I want to talk about is Brody. You know, we got to talk about our boy, man. So he went ahead, he opted in. Of course, I mean, shit. Got 47 million reasons to opt in, right?
And to piss LeBron off.
Yeah. Like this. Opt in and send an Instagram out.
I've seen the meme. It's the pic with like him and LeBron sitting next to each other, and like LeBron reading something, and like Westbrook kind of looking like what he look like, looking like what he looking at.
Right.
and the meme had LeBron looking at his phone like, "What's the Westbrook decided to opt in?" It was too funny. That's the first time I've ever laughed at you in my life, Brody. I go on record on this show.
Yes, sir.
I go hard for you on here, but that's the first time I laughed at you because the shit was funny as hell. But other than that, bro, I need you to just come out and I need you to quiet all these haters. You got the whole country going in about how you ain't even good no more, bro.
Yeah.
Show them what time it is, man. Let's go back to them UCLA days. Let's go to them OKC Thunder days, pre-OC, and get some buckets, bro.
Yeah. I heard rumors that him and Coach Darvin Ham, have already had some conversations, man, and he's yeah, I know it's crazy, but he's seemed like he's in a better place, man. But I still want to know from a systematic role perspective, it can't be the same.
It can't.
Like, it can't be the same. Like, some got to give. I know some people are like, you know, I've heard so many various comments about it. Some people are like, yeah, you know, he needs to just come off the bench.
Nah.
And I'm like, nah. I said, it sounds good in theory, because then he'll get to do every damn thing he wants to do and have control of the ball. But he's not at that point of his career where he has to settle for coming off the bench.
Right. Definitely. Matter of fact, this year I'm getting me a Brody Lakers jersey. I ain't never had a Lakers jersey in my life, ever. But I think I'm gonna get me a Brody Lakers jersey, man. Authentic too.
Authentic one.
I think
Darvin Ham. You know, I'm not against Darvin Ham. I think that just like a few other people, has made his way up the ranks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you know what you're going to get
Mm-hmm.
from Darvin Ham, at least hopefully, if he doesn't fall victim and pawn to, you know what. Hopefully he's steadfast on his beliefs and who he is as a person and coach.
And I think he will, because Darvin Ham ain't a media darling, a fan favorite. Like, just like even when he was a player, no one really knew who Darvin Ham was. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But his hard work in the league and everything he did made him a respectable coach. And I think he's going to stand on that more than anything. Now, I see him getting on LeBron and AD's ass.
Oh, yeah.
I see him getting on their ass, and really making them play ball.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to probably see less whining from LeBron. We'll see less whining. See, to me, when LeBron, because even when Ty Lue was coaching LeBron, you ain't see all that whining from him. It's like certain coaches be like, hey, man, shut this shit up, man. Get back on D, shut up, stop talking to the ref, play ball.
Right.
Them the guys he get up out of there. Them the guys he get out of there, because he used to doing things his way.
Mm-hmm.
But if Jeannie Buss is ready to win and Jeannie Buss is ready to move past some things, she gonna keep him around.
Yeah. And she should, and they should, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's definitely going to bring a toughness to that team. He definitely go bring a toughness to that team, and it's for him. It's going to be about effort and you know, bringing it all to the court.
Yeah, Darvin Ham, man, definitely okay basketball player. He would definitely dunk the shit out of you if you ain't pay attention.
Man,
definitely dunk you. I'm excited to see what he do out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see something real quick with Darvin Ham. Now, I'm trying to think, when was he out in Detroit? So he did get them rings in Detroit then.
Oh yeah, he was with Chauncey and them.
Yeah. He was out there 03 to 05.
Mm-hmm.
So he definitely got the rings then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, championship. So he got that 04 ring. Yep.
Yeah.
He got that 04 ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Cool.
Then he got one with Budenholzer, right? With the Bucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's coaching though.
No, I was just saying he got one coaching too.
Yeah. I was trying to see the player ones, because I'm sure the NBA players, they want to know which ones you got playing. Like,
right. Like, we talk about no coaching stuff. You was just sitting.
Right.
Talk about no coaching stuff, but but yeah, man. So tomorrow, even though you know it's been a whole lot of chatter, a lot of breaking news and moves being made, and you know, potential moves. Tomorrow is officially free agency Officially kicks off tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. So tomorrow is the day that we really start seeing some true movement and some true moves being made and finalized and all of that stuff. So this weekend is going to be really, really interesting because it's 4th of July weekend and free agency and just a whole lot going on. So it's going to be interesting to see what transpires between now and the next time, we come together to kind of recap free agency and what's going on. But say all that to say the show ain't over. We're just going to flip gears a little bit right now. And I want to go into this album, bro. I want to go into this Drake. So let's talk a little bit about Drake's Honestly Nevermind album. Now, there have been various feelings about it. We got a lot of people who are saying, damn, man, you dropped the ball. Like, I was looking for my summer anthem, right? And then you got other people that's like, shit, it's, little house music, house vibe. Like, this is what y'all talk about. It ain't that bad, right? What's your take on it, man? Like, what do you think about the album in general, and kind of what do you perceive to be his direction and kind of dropping that at this time?
All right, so I kind of did this Sunday with my ship on his podcast, Passport Bros. My ship Rob has a show. Definitely let me come on and kick it with him on his platform and promote our show as well. So yeah, Passport Bros. Catch him on YouTube. I was on there to talk about international music and different things like that, and he just asked me a question. So my take on that on Sunday was Drake's album it's geared toward international music. It's geared toward reaching them clubs in Germany. It's geared toward being, hitting that European market, hitting that, where people actually dancing and having fun. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Drake just got to a point with this album where everybody kind of felt they knew what they was going to get out of him. And he was like, nope, this is what I got for you. But here's one joint from 21 Savage I know y'all like. But if he trying to get into that, I'm saying, like, that's South African, that I'm saying, like, just party music, that rave music, that EDM, that house, that he's just doing something different, man. And I mean, like I said, I'm not a super fan of Drake, but I understand where he's going with the album. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I see like Beyonce has did a song going that house market way. And you know what I'm saying, here in Chicago, that's gonna be big. House music is huge here in Chicago. For people that don't know, DC, house music / go-go. So in that mark, those places is gonna be big in the country. But you think about a party where Steve Aoki is DJing, you throw that Drake on, and people get the, you know what I'm saying, you gonna have white folks that never probably ever listen to him like, I don't want to hear that hip hop stuff. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that rap stuff. But now Drake got a house album, electric, EDM album. People gonna listen to him, and then same thing. Drake is international. Drake is from Toronto. Drake is from a international city where you got a mixture of people from all around the world there. So for him to actually not do that type of music and just rap shows he was out, rapping outside the norm or doing music outside his norm. So that took a lot of talent in itself. So I mean, the Honestly Nevermind album is not my cup of tea. Drake overall isn't my cup of tea
Mhm.
overall. There are
Mhm.
songs that I like by Drake. There are things that I will play, but I am not one of the first people that is hitting download when he dropped. That's not
Mhm.
me. If I
Mhm.
hear something I like while I'm out, oh, okay, all right, I like this. I download that song. Not downloading the album.
Right.
But that's my take on Drake.
Yeah, man, and I think it's a extremely good take, and one that a lot of people could probably get behind. And I'm just gonna piggyback on what you said because I agree a lot with kind of what you said with regards to the take. And I think most importantly, man, I think it's important that we remember that um, Drake is a performer, like
Mm-hmm.
like a global icon type, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because
Definitely.
me and you talk about this all the time versus Reg is always the best hip hop, all that crap. And we gotta tell them like, no, brother, there's a difference between being a performer and being a hip hop artist, right? And so this album for me pretty much just solidified the performer side and understanding the market. So this was a markability album. This was like, I know if I drop this, there's no place that this can't play, right? I know if I drop this, there's no place that this can't play. This is going to reach maybe some people who kind of messed with me, but didn't mess with me because they wasn't feeling. But now this is like, oh man, I can get behind this, right? So this was marketing at its finest. I'm just gonna say it as it is. This was marketing at its finest because at this point, when it comes to the money side of it, he's the brother's gonna be paid. He's already paid, but he's gonna be paid because it just hits, like you said, internationally. It hits so many markets. It hits so many things from a music perspective that even though it ain't what probably the majority thought was gonna drop, for him it's like, hey, y'all may not be feeling this, but my pockets feel real good about right now, and they gonna feel good forever off of this album because again, it's not just a urban hip hop club where you gonna hear this everywhere now.
Right. Because
Like,
now you can get in movie scores. You can hear that type of stuff in a movie score. Like they in a Taken 3, they in the club, or Taken 5, they in the club playing music, and you hear Drake. You know what I'm saying? You're getting money off of that. So it was a smart move, you know what I'm saying, where now he could always perform internationally. He could
right.
always perform, but all that mute, like some of that stuff probably don't resonate as hard overseas as it does here.
Mm-hmm.
This album will resonate real hard over there.
Yeah.
Real well.
Yeah, man. So, Drake, man, you definitely hit a little different this time for everybody, in terms of what they normally expect from you. And, you got mixed reviews on it, but again, I understand the marketing side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm like, shit, that you just kind of killed the game with this one in a certain aspect because of how you can market it. Um, so yeah, man, shout out to Drake. Honestly, Nevermind album. Bro, I don't know if you got a chance to check out Breezy's new album, Chris Brown's album, Breezy. Bro, it was, I mean, when you talk about now this is like, all right, man, like you about to drop an album, like this shit gotta be like this. Breezy was it, bro.
Yeah.
Breezy was it. I mean, he had quite a few features on it, but I think it really talked a little bit about uh kind of his progression
Mm-hmm.
as a person,
Mm-hmm.
as an artist and kind of
Mm-hmm.
who he is, man. It really showed
Mm-hmm.
kind of from song to song and just kind of his compilation of the songs that he picked for this album.
Mm-hmm.
It really spoke out, man. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was, man, I thought it was definitely one for the books, man. What about you?
I played the album. I didn't like. I played it. I enjoyed it. And gonna bring up something else is why I didn't really get to like really sit with it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna bring it up. We don't have to change the subject on it unless you want to.
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to the Breezy, so I could be on point for what we was gonna talk about this week. But I didn't really get to sit with it that long. Like I played it all the way through. But I was also trying to listen to that and these two South African rappers that Ship Rob had put me on.
Mm-hmm.
One name is Casper Jovest. I don't know how to pronounce it, like his last name. And then the other guy, A Reese. Yo, A Reese rapped the English all the way around. A-REECE. A Reese. And Casper with two S's. Yo, them dudes was spitting. They creative. They visuals was dope. So like I was kind of, you know what I'm saying, playing that to prepare for Sunday. So I didn't get to really, really sit with Breezy like that. But anybody want to hear like some international music? I mean, we talk about hip hop.
Give those names again, man. You said A Reese?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in our little private chat real quick.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying, you copy and paste it and share it with everybody that's watching.
Breezy Fire, yes sir. You already know.
Breezy was fire. And
yeah, we definitely we're gonna come back to who you putting in the chat for sure.
Yeah, I just put in our little private section. Then you can, yeah, but nah, hey, seriously, they got some dope music, and they've been rapping. Like I watched a video from the brother Casper from like 8 years ago. So he been doing this for a minute. Yo, they nice. Like there was one joint that I liked in particular. It's called Natulia. So now he raps. Now Casper raps in English, but then he raps in Swana as well. So of course you're not gonna understand it if you don't speak the language. But that particular song, he took like the New York drill beat and merged it with the South African vibe. Hard, bro. Like, I'm talking about like hard. I like when we done, I'm gonna post the video in the group.
Yeah.
Share it in the group. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it now while we talking, man. But now them brothers was like super dope. Super dope.
Nice.
Super dope, man.
Nice.
A Reese, he had a joint called Tough Luck that was hard. Real Nigga Tail was dope. He had a joint called The Burning Tree where he was like talking about smoking weed, and then they had like their own stuff where they were talking about like the struggles in South Africa and just how it, you know what I'm saying? A Reese rapped the English every time. But man, like them dudes was dope. Like seriously, I was excited to hear like some quality music, bro.
Right.
Like, it was super quality. Their visuals dope, all of that, bro. I'm looking for the video now. Oh, here it is. About to share it to
the group.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm intrigued by that, man, because we had just talked about how much I have become immersed in Afro beats. And just listening to that side. And for those of y'all that's tuning in and still tuned in, man, when we talk about music, man, we talking about music. So when we find new things and we kind of venturing out and listening to new genres and things like that, man, we gonna share it with you, man. It's not always gonna be, American hip hop and all that stuff, man, because music spans, bro. Like music is impactful in all eras and generations and genres. So particularly right now, as bro was sharing, as Corn was sharing about two African rappers to kind of check out their music, and we'll make sure we share some of that with you all too, so y'all can check it out on your time. But I'm excited, man. Like I've heard about A Reese, but not so much for Casper. but I'm definitely gonna tune in and check out a few of their joints between now and next week to just kind of get some taking feedback on it. But man, but as long as if you saying that it is what it is, and I know it's gonna be what it is. So
that shit was hard, bro. I was like, man, I had to thank my shit. Like, yo, I appreciate you. Thank you for putting me on there, man. Like, yo, this shit was hard. Like, man, it was dope, man.
Shout out Rob, man. Passport Bros, right?
Passport Bros is the name of the podcast. He shoots on Sundays, man. If you ever want to learn about international travel, where to go, how to move, the fun spots, you know what I'm saying? Like, Rob got it covered on Passport Bros, man. Please check him out. One day he on here. And if you hear Rob, post like your exact times when you you know what I'm saying, when you start shooting on Sundays, man. Go ahead and like promote it in the chat or whatever. But man, anytime like y'all want to know what it's like to visit South Africa, Rob got, you know what I'm saying, whole shows on it. Just like anything with international travel, man, he got you covered, man. So if that's what you're interested in, he has it.
Good stuff, man. It's all about brothers building brothers out here, man. And I definitely appreciate him reaching out to you and getting you on the show. I told you in the chat, man. I was like, man, I said, I'm proud of you, man. I said, you did your thing on that show. But certainly I appreciate him being another networking piece for us as we continue to try to build our brand and, assist him in continuing his brand. Because he has a pretty good following right now. So we trying to catch up. So
yeah, it's pretty dope following too, man. And some of the guys subscribe to our YouTube page right then and there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty dope, man.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, last thing, and I watched it a little bit, but I didn't been on Facebook enough to know that it was completely terrible. And it's the BET Awards, man. Of course, we know the highlight of the BET Awards was Diddy. Diddy gave up a meal to Howard and a meal to Jackson State, and pretty much, just called people out. You know what I'm saying? Call people out to stand on what they say. Like, put your money where your mouth is. Let's make this happen. Let's work for us, right? Let's be here for us, man. And I certainly appreciated that stand. And I truly do hope that others kind of band with that. Because the HBCU market, man, is it's a lot that goes into what we call being an HBCU alum, man. There's a pride about it. There's a it's kind of like that family atmosphere where the outsiders can't say shit. Like if you ain't, it don't matter which one you went to, we can inside crack jokes and talk with outsiders. You don't have that leeway, right? So it's a real family knit type environment, man. And I think we got to get back to that feel from a national standpoint.
Right.
But yeah, what's your take on that one too about Diddy?
Oh, I thought it was dope. You know what I'm saying? I think, we gotta start funding our own. You know what I'm saying? We steady looking for other people to look out for us and put money into us. We already know that's not in the design of what's happening here. So we got to start looking, we got to take care of us. I just think, the tribute was dope. I like how, Shine.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they, years ago, pieced it up, but to see it again, and then Shine got out there and, he reworked his verse. where it was very, it still fit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Showing he still had the talent to rap and all of that. And, now trying to be prime minister and show growth in to the kids that may have been watching. Well, some of them probably know who Shine was, but
Right.
if the inquisitive kids probably Googled and, try to figure out like, who is dude rapping? Man, you talking about, now he trying to be prime minister and he running the country. You know what I'm saying? Part of running the country at this moment. That was dope for me. That was like what stood out to me. Let's see. As far as the night, I mean, it's always the shits and giggles and all of that.
Right.
So I'm gonna leave that part alone, though.
Yeah. We don't even need to touch that. That's almost like touching the verses and how crazy that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, BT is always, trying to, keep that market alive and show Black excellence and stuff like that. For the most part, some of the stuff is out of control, but we still need that platform for what it's worth. And so again, man, shout out to Diddy. Hopefully we get some other people to band behind him and make those donations and support these historically Black colleges and universities, man. Like we need your support. We gonna figure it out one way or another because that's just how we're built. We gonna always work for ours and be there for one another. But certainly, having that support from the outside is also a good thing. So yeah, man. But with that being said, man, tonight's show was definitely full of a lot of NBA free agency information. So again, free agency starts officially tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So between now and this weekend, would have been the 4th of July, it's going to be a lot of things that's going to shake, a lot of things that's going to happen. So when we check back in and when we tune in again, we're going to have some good info for you in terms of what moves have been made. And then, of course, from a music perspective, we gave a little feedback on Drake's album and kind of reflected on his direction with that. And then we gave a little feedback on Chris Brown's album. The one album that we will hold off on and we'll come back to is Lupe. Because
I ain't really got a chat. Yeah,
I ain't really got a time.
I'm 3 songs in.
Yeah. I ain't had time to really dive into Lupe, but we'll definitely have Lupe for you next time around, so we can check in with that. But all in all, man, again, we as always, we appreciate you all checking in with us and vibing with us. And always, man, make sure you click, share, subscribe to Bars and Buckets on Facebook, Instagram, on YouTube. Again, we just made our way to iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Anchor, pretty much anything that you could think of. Go ahead and click on it, search Bars and Buckets, subscribe, share to your friends so they can share with their friends. Y'all know how the story goes, man. We're just going to keep this thing moving, going to keep building, keep rocking together. But before we sign off officially, bro, go ahead and share where you can be found, bro.
Find me on Facebook, Cornell Shelby II. On IG, gold_mind_CEO84. Hey man, hit me up. We talk music. Whatever. We can hit me up. If you click the links to any of those South African rappers, hit me up. Let me know what y'all think about that. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about that until we meet next time.
Yes, sir. For me, you find me at Adrian Dury on Facebook, Urban Gentleman 85 on Instagram, Principal AD on TikTok. Yeah, I done went ahead and ventured into that land, and I'll be starting up our Bars and Bucket TikTok where I'll have some short clips and stuff from our shows to try to build a brand through there as well. Then, of course, as bro said, man, y'all can always check in with us, whether it's through our personal messenger or if you want to join the group. So again, on Facebook, it's the Bars and Buckets page, and then the Bars and Buckets podcast crew, which is a private group. So you can click on both of those, join into both of those. We'll have to accept you into the private one, but we don't really decline people, man. If you rock with us, we rock with you, because we love your feedback and we love you being a part of this movement. So again, Bars and Buckets page on Facebook and the Bars and Buckets podcast crew group page on Facebook. Also, you can email us at barsnbuckets2022@gmail.com. Again, that's bars, letter N, buckets2022@gmail.com. If you want to join the show, you got certain topics you want us to venture into and talk about, like that's where you can reach us. Another avenue you can reach us at. So if you don't get us through Messenger, shoot us an email, let us know where you want us to venture into, and we got you, because we here for y'all, man. We here for the people. So that's what we do, man. So again, we appreciate you checking in with us, man. We look forward to next week. In the meantime, in between time, make sure you all stay safe, stay healthy, enjoy your 4th of July weekend, and we'll check in with you next week. We out.